Okay, good afternoon children and welcome to my first go at doing a weekly assembly from in my office. So I hope you're all having a lovely day. I hope you've managed to log on and look at all the excellent resources your teachers have set for you for this week. And if you get a spare minute, hopefully this is an opportunity for me to tell you a little bit about some of the things that are going on, and it's my first go at doing an assembly from my office. So please bear with me, this is all a little bit new, so we'll give this a go. So hopefully, if I press this button, it will flick us, oh there we go, first disaster. Let's see if it will take us onto the first slide. So I wanted to say hello to everybody. It is so strange not seeing all of you every day, but I am loving all the little updates that we're having from your mums and dads and adults that are happening through the week as well. So there you can see me, I'm at the front of the school there this morning. I have got a bit of a beard going on at the moment. I'm not sure whether that's going to last throughout this period, but we're going to give it a go for a minute. And my hair, children, I've got to say, is going to go a little bit crazy. I was probably due a haircut about a week ago, so before you know it, I think I'm going to have some long locks of hair instead. And then just next to me there, you can see a photograph that I tweeted earlier this week. Each day I'm going out for a little bit of exercise. I'm very lucky we've got a woodland next to our house. So I took Sky out for a little walk, but as you can see, she was far more interested in reading her story than she was at looking at the ducks that were in the pond that were behind her. So, as you know, I love reading, and it makes me so happy when I hear about all of you reading, but I think I might have pushed it a little bit far with Sky. She was not letting go of that book for anybody. So, there we go. So that's a little bit about me. I then wanted to talk about working from home, because it must be so different for all of you. You can see on this slide where I work in my home. I'm lucky I look out onto a park that's in front of our house, and you can see I've got my laptop and my iPad ready to go with the different meetings that I'm doing. I'm very impressed by all the different efforts I've seen from all of you for the way that you're working from home, and I've put a few of them into the slides that are coming up. I had so many to choose from, so I apologise if your photograph isn't in there today, but again, please do keep on tweeting us and sending different photos in, and we'll incorporate different ones into new assemblies as we go through the term. So, here we can see a few here. Lots of children working extremely hard from home. Lots of different bits and pieces that are going on there. Really impressed to see how many of you are combining different technologies as well. I think we've got children in year 5 that with parental supervision are managing to do Skype lessons with each other, which I think is really cool. I can see siblings working together beautifully, and I can see lots of concentration going on there as well. So lots of excellent practice from everybody there. And then if we flick through some more examples here of children working really hard in different ways. I love that picture down on the bottom left hand corner where I can see the children almost with their own version of our carpet at school and with their mum playing teacher for them. Absolutely brilliant. And I can also say in the middle there, Arab's work, I can see from here what stunning handwriting we've got going on there. So lots of really amazing different things going on everywhere. So well done everybody. I like all the different novel ways I've seen to learn as well. The one on the left is a photograph that Mrs. Rich sent through to us from year 3. She's got a Nerf missile launcher there shooting at different times tables. I thought that was very cool. And then we've got Ellen with her beautiful pebbles that she created to do her times tables too. Again, lots of different ways you're all learning. Please do keep sharing those with us. It's really interesting seeing these ideas. Some of which I think we'll have to bring in at Avonwood as things that we keep after all of this. Although I'm not sure whether Mrs. Rich's Nerf missile launcher will pass the grade. Okay, I then wanted to give a shout out to this man. What a hero Joe Wicks has been. It makes us so happy in the morning. I've only got 2 children in school today at Avonwood, so there aren't many here. But those of us that are here each morning will fire up Joe Wicks on YouTube in the hall, and it's lovely to know that around the area there's loads of other Avonwood children that are getting involved as well. If only my hair and beard could look like that by the end of this, it would be a result, but that's definitely not going to happen. Okay, so today's assembly, it's not going to be a particularly long one, but there are some really lovely news stories out there at the moment that I think we need to share. At the moment, there are crazy things going on in the world, and I think it's important to remember all the lovely things that are happening too. I don't know about you, but I love the sunshine and I love the summer. So the fact that the sun came out last week, my goodness, did that make a difference for me. And it's lovely seeing that outside again today. We've got some sunshine too. So the Little Earth Charter Rally that I'm going to talk about today is Planet Earth. Because as you can imagine, with people staying at home, using a lot less transport than they normally would, there's been some really amazing things that have been happening to our planet over the last week. And actually I'm really excited to see what might happen over the coming weeks and months, to see the impact that this could have on our lovely planet. So, first of all, some good news stories. So, dolphins in Venice. I was very lucky to go to Venice a couple of years ago, children, and I have to say, when I went there, it was a little bit of a surprise. For any of you that Google Venice, you will see this beautiful city on water that just looks like this stunning, beautiful, serene place. But when I went there, I was quite taken aback. There were speedboats everywhere. The water was quite murky, and actually, if you go at certain times of the year, it really does pong in certain parts of Venice. Now, I thought it was amazing when I saw in the news last week that for the first time in something like 60 years, the waters had cleared to the extent that you were able to see fish, you were able to see ducks, and even as that photograph shows, dolphins. Quite exceptional. And that's in the space of just a week or two of people not going to Venice as much as they did previously. Absolutely incredible, and it made me think, if that can happen in the space of a week, what other amazing and extraordinary things could happen around the world? Now, this was quite a crazy one. I didn't know that in Barcelona it is common for boar to be seen in the town. Now, if you see in that photograph, because the streets are a lot barer, the boar have been coming out a lot more, and that was a photograph out the front of somebody's house. Now, I have to say, children, that would give me a bit of a shock if I suddenly saw a pack of wild boar roaming through the city. But again, it's really interesting to see how nature is taking back over some areas of the planet where humans have been for so long. Really interesting. This one is a lovely one. Now, on the last day before we closed the school, I popped by to see Year 5, and I caught Mrs. Peaty and Mrs. Turner with this video on in their classroom, which was really special. It was showing the children how there's an aquarium in Chicago, and because they've closed and visitors can't come anymore, they're actually letting the penguins go outside and roam around, outside of their enclosure, and roam around the indoor bits of the aquarium. Have a little watch. If you Google it with a parent later, you'll be able to find the video of it, and it's really sweet seeing these two penguins. I think their names I wrote down were Edward and Anna, rockhopper penguins, roaming around the aquarium, having a look at all the different exhibits. So if you get a chance, have a little look, and I guarantee that one will make you smile. Now, this one I thought was incredible. Last week on Thursday night at about 8 p.m, the nation stopped and lots of people stepped outside of their houses and gave a round of applause for our amazing NHS staff to say thank you for all of the incredible things that they're doing. Now, lots of you will know people that work for the NHS, whether it's as a doctor, as a nurse, as a physiotherapist. There are so many of our parents that help with this special organisation. So taking that opportunity to say thank you was really quite an emotional moment. So those of you that were involved, thank you so much. And please do watch this space, because there's other ones that seem to be happening. We had clapping for carers a couple of nights ago. Watch this space and see what happens next. And in that photo, you've got Prince William and Kate's lovely 3 children there doing their bit as well. NHS volunteers. Now, I couldn't believe this earlier. Last week, there was a plea that went out to have extra people to help the NHS with volunteering to do different things to help keep people safe. Now, unbelievably, they've had to close the website because they've had 750,000 offers from different people to volunteer to help. Absolutely incredible. And again, it shows you how many amazing people there are that live in our country that are willing to do their bit to help. Absolutely excellent. Now, this one is one of my favourites, climate pollution. I drive past Bournemouth Airport on my way to school every day, and at the moment there's this incredible scene that you can see in the photograph there of aeroplanes lining the whole route along the road as you go through. British Airways have had to cancel so many of their flights because of the fact that we're all staying at home, and the knock-on has been they've needed to park lots of their aeroplanes at Bournemouth Airport. So I think there's something like 45 aeroplanes at the moment parked on the runway there. Now, the knock-on to that is not only does it look quite amazing when you drive past Bournemouth Airport, but in terms of our air quality in our skies, it's going to have a huge impact with all of those fewer flights happening every day. On the slide there, you can see a map of China, and you can see how when they had to do their lockdown, the difference between January and February was quite extreme, with such a drop in their air pollution. So I'm really hoping, and I say hope, it must be happening. If we were to look at a similar picture of England at the moment, with all those aeroplanes grounded, all those cars that aren't making journeys every day, the impact on pollution must be significant. So hopefully this is something that I can revisit at a later date with one of our assemblies when I've got some more information for you. Now, this one I love, and again I know lots of Avonwood children have been getting involved in creating rainbows to raise spirits. So if you have an opportunity at home, and I know some of our online learning hubs have already asked this, please do have a go at painting or drawing a beautiful rainbow and posting it in the window of your house, so that anybody that walks past might raise a smile or feel a little bit happy for seeing that lovely rainbow. And down the bottom there you can see an example of one that was created by Florence in Year 5, where she actually got some different fabrics and created that together. I think she even made a pencil case in the end as well, so well done to Florence, and lovely to see some of those examples of those rainbows that you've been creating. Now if any of you are sat at home and you've got 5 minutes and you think, oh, I'd like to take a little break or do something a bit different, if your parents are able to help you, on YouTube we have now created our own special video hub, where different teachers are taking the opportunity to read you stories. I had a go doing the Stickman the other day, and I have to say I'm nowhere near at the standard of Miss Holloway and Mrs Nesbitt, but it is worth having a watch if you get an opportunity. There's lots more of these to come, children, so keep an eye on this. Ask your parents to keep an eye out as well. If they're on Twitter and they follow our new Twitter feed, which is called @AvenwoodDear, they'll get to see first when we post these different videos online. So watch this space for more. So, what I would normally finish our assembly with each day would be a song. So I've picked 2 of our classics that we've used here at Avonwood. I'm not going to play them now because I don't think you'd want to hear my awful version of karaoke singing this along with this to you. But what I would love you to do is at home have a little go. With our first one, we've got Proud of Our School. I know that lots of you know the actions to this, so see if you can teach them to your mums and dads and adults. Okay? If they go on YouTube and Google Proud of Our School, it's on a channel called Out of the Ark Music, and they'll be able to find it there. Have a go, and if you fancy it, see if an adult will video you and post me a copy of you singing that one. I'd love to see that. And then perhaps for some of our older children, we loved the song that Miss Keats found for us last year called Be the Change. So again, if you'd like to have a go at that, Google Be the Change on YouTube. It comes up under a channel called Sing Up, and you'll be able to sing along to that one at home. Okay, that brings me to the end of this week's assembly. I hope it's worked. It's my first ever go at doing this one, so like I say, bear with me. I'm quite excited to say that later this week we're going to have our first go at doing Star of the Week. Teachers are going to be sending those through, and we're going to have a go at emailing out certificates for our Stars of the Week. So there's lots of new things to come. Watch this space. Take care, everybody. It's been lovely to talk to all of you, and I hope to see you really soon. Bye, everyone.